Hey there! Welcome to Understanding Common Core Math. This video series is designed for parents and teachers who are looking to better understand the Common Core and are looking to find ways to support kids in their development of math skills. Standard K.G.B.6 is all about using basic shapes like triangles, squares, and rectangles to create larger shapes. Putting smaller pieces together to make a larger shape is referred to as composing shapes. Let's take a quick look at some examples to illustrate the meaning of this standard. Suppose that you are given the two identical right triangles shown on the screen. What are some different ways that you could align the sides to create or compose new shapes? If you were to align sides that are not the same, you can get some interesting looking shapes. Although these shapes are interesting to look at, they do not necessarily have any special properties or characteristics. Now, if you were to align the triangles so that the matching sides line up, notice what happens. In this first case, a new, larger triangle is created. A cool observation to note is that the larger triangle has two sides that are the same length. This type of triangle is referred to as an isosceles triangle. Now, your kindergarten student does not need to know the fancy name of the triangle yet, but if he or she can observe that two sides are the same, that is great. Let's match up another pair of sides. In the second case, notice that another isosceles triangle is formed. Now, if you align the third sides, notice that this time we end up with a rectangle. As we have already learned, rectangles have a lot of cool properties and characteristics. Hopefully your student will recognize this larger shape as a rectangle and will observe, among other things, how the opposite pairs of sides are the same length. Being able to compose larger shapes from smaller shapes is an important skill for kindergarten students to develop. The process helps your student to develop a sense of how shapes can be created. More importantly, this skill will help your student down the line when they are asked to decompose larger shapes into smaller pieces in order to find things like perimeter and area and angle measures and so on. For now, we simply want your student to explore the types of shapes that can be created when putting basic shapes together. Other ways to get at this standard involve providing kindergarten students with manipulatives and asking them to create new shapes. For instance, suppose that you give your student some equilateral triangles. Ask him or her to arrange the triangles to form a hexagon. What they should discover is that 6 identical equilateral triangles can be composed to make a hexagon. This is interesting in the fact that the number 6 shows up in both the number of triangles and the number of sides, and this is pretty cool. Although the examples provided in this video illustrate how to use basic shapes to create other basic shapes, don't hesitate to encourage your kindergarten student to be creative and to make other interesting patterns and shapes. If you are looking for ideas, try Googling tangrams. A tangram is a type of geometric puzzle where basic shapes are used to create patterns and pictures. Kindergarten students definitely enjoy using hands-on puzzles like tangrams. Not only do they get to create interesting pictures, but working with the puzzle pieces has the added benefit of helping them to develop their fine motor skills. Standard K.G.B.6 involves composing larger shapes from smaller basic shapes. Exploring ways to compose shapes will help your student develop a sense of how shapes can fit together to result in new and different shapes and patterns. This will form the foundation for further geometric understanding. I hope that this video was helpful in better understanding the meaning and purpose of this geometry standard. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments section. Please take a minute to subscribe to this channel and be sure to check out the other videos in this series. Thanks for watching.